There are certain identities that we carry around all day. We are a daughter, we are a son, we are a mother, we're a spouse, we're a partner, we're a swimmer, we're an athlete, we are a locksmith, we're member of certain boards. So these are some of the identities that we carry around all day. And these identities help our brain to register, to give it meaning, and help us to navigate who we are and what our behaviors should be in society. And sometimes these identities give us a sense of connection, a sense of belonging. Let's open up our imagination and go further. I want to talk about the mental identities that we give ourselves. It's something that's probably not very familiar for everyone, but once I explain it, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. So let's break down mental identity. What does it mean? Mental means of the mind, thoughts, thinking. Identity means character, persona, or status. So mental identity means a character that one thinks of themselves. For example, myself, I identify as someone who did not have a very happy childhood. So how does this identity influence my daily thinking and behaviors? Well, I still held grudges against my parents. I gravitate towards documentaries or stories about child abuse or neglect. I tend to make friends with people who have had the same miserable upbringing, and I chose not to have children because I'm afraid the cycle will repeat itself. So these are some of the behaviors that I've seen myself demonstrating throughout the years by having this identity. And how does this identity influence my emotions? Well, I've been carrying a lot of anger and resentment towards my family for many, many, many years. And I've often feel very sad and a lot of pain. And I often find myself commiserate in my own sorrow, wondering why this thing happened to me, why it had to be me. Why is it that everybody else had such a wonderful, perfect childhood and I was the chosen one to be so miserable? I feel so victimized and I felt so helpless. And I often just see myself being this grumpy, like I see a younger version of myself being so grumpy all the time. Just a grumpy child all day, every day. And these negative emotions definitely take a toll on my body, on my physical health, insomnia, anxiety attacks, panic attacks. They make me very unhappy. Nothing excites me or gets me joyful anymore. I became a cynic because I was carrying around all these negative energy with me all day because I have this mental identity, this label of someone who did not have a happy childhood. I figured I had to do something. And I think part of the reasons why we held on to the past is because we did not want to forgive the accused. If we're holding on to the past, somehow we still hold that knife over them, and then whenever we think of this past incident, we can always judge them, criticize them, accuse them of the wrong deeds that they've done. And most importantly, when we're holding on to this path, when we're holding on to this identity, we can over and over again validate the past as truth, to validate that it existed, to validate our identity as someone who had been wrong, who had not been a happy child since 3. Me. My unhappiness got to a point where I started asking myself, does staying unhappy and angry serve me at all. And I'm not saying that we need to erase the past. It did happen. It did. I need to acknowledge that. How long are we gonna let that resentment, let that pain hold us hostage? Because it really does us no good to stay in that state. It's hurting nobody but ourselves. So I guess at the end of the day, we really need to ask ourselves, okay, do I want to forgive and let go? Or do I want to stay in this misery till the end of time? And sometimes it is hard to forgive and forget because the memories and emotions are constantly being renewed and recycled in the body. So it's deeply ingrained. And it will take some time to get over it, to overcome it. I think it's very important that we have to choose over and over again to let go and to think of, to imagine a life or a state that we want to be in instead of constantly staying in the old pattern and old identity that we associated ourselves with my unhappy childhood. I mean, the anger still comes up, the sadness still comes up every now and then. And then at that moment, I would catch myself and I would tell myself, okay, Kathy Wu, that's already in the past. Do not let your past rob you of the present happiness that you have right now. Everything is good. Everything's peaceful right now. Nobody's punishing you. Nobody's screaming at you. So right now, at this moment, everything's okay. And do not let the past be dragged on into the present. And another thing that I told myself is nobody had a perfect childhood. Just because I thought mine was miserable doesn't mean that everybody else had a great childhood. I mean, if you go on the street and ask people, nobody had a perfect childhood. That's just life. There's always something missing, or nobody had it perfect. So I would have to constantly remind myself that you're not alone in this. You are being treated fairly, and it is time to let go and move on. And once I release that, I take a breath, I feel that my heart, my chest just relaxes. And I could breathe more oxygen in. And I feel much calmer. And I feel much more present in my body and much more present in my mind. There's a saying that says, the past is in the past. And nobody lives in the past. So it's a good idea to leave the past in the past. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next time.